All right, Senator, what's your take on General Mwathethe taking the helm?
I think first and foremost, you see, for us in the coast, our concern was the possible sidestepping sometimes. But what has happened is Tonje has created, or the military has developed a culture that is quite refined in terms of its procedural fairness or hierarchical fairness in terms of essentially we had created a practice or a tradition that first we rotate this among the services. Secondly, the Deputy Chief of the Defense Forces usually steps into the Chief of Defense Forces. So it is likely now, when after the lapse of General Mwathethe's term, that General Hassan, who might be the next the Chief of the Defense Forces. So I think when we create that discipline, we also create stability within the armed forces, because we have seen for a long time people messing up with security apparatus. But we must see what is happening down there. If the recruitment processes are skewed, then you get to a point in the next 15, 20 years, a president will just have one community to appoint as the Chief of Defense Forces because of the skewed appointment processes or recruitment process at the bottom, or corrupt recruitment process. That's part of the principle we were opposing the illegal order by President Uhuru Kenyatta, that the recruits who are offshoots of corruption or a matter that is before the courts proceed without any censure of the courts. So because you see what happens in disciplined forces, if you look at the character of how some of the presidents past have built the armed forces, is to proliferate them so massively in a very imbalanced way, and that's what creates the imbalance of power with the ethnic domain. And so therefore what happens is, even 20 years from today, even if Ambrose becomes president of Kenya, he is unable to fish a general from anywhere else, because you will find that hierarchically, that prejudice that was created down there 15, 20 years ago, that discriminatory practice or corrupt practices, then permeates through the service for a period of time. But that's why I'm saying it was important for us to ensure that we create such as systems and disciplines within the tiers of the security, but particularly apparatus, to ensure that we maintain stability. Well, for me, is what I said in the media over the weekend. General Karange retired, had almost blurred his professionalism with the temptation to also appear to muddy the political waters. It was said, it was rumored, and I hope Mwathethe, either by perception or reality, will steer clear from this perceived influence that you wield in beyond the circles of discipline and security, or military discipline and security. So I think what I want him to hope to do is to do what many of us from the coast aspire to do, to be professionals, to be divorced of ethnic considerations, to be objective, to be impartial, to serve the nation with diligence. He's a decorated soldier. He's a gentleman, and we've interacted with him over his years as a military career officer. He will always say hello to you. He's humble. He's down to earth. So therefore, I think he resonates the kind of confidence even within the rank and file of the armed forces. So I think what he needs to do is to ensure that there's no polarization of his job to a point where we think all the messes are him. Okay. We perceive that as the one, stage managing every kind of security operation or anything.